Heyo.
Yo, 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 what's good?
I was gonna hit the Mondays for the mind, but it's Tuesday. But Tuesdays are also for the mind.
But it was Tuesday. Tuesdays are for the mind when Monday has a holiday.
Unless it's a holiday where we're like, we don't care. We'll just stream anyways.
True.
Because that's happened before too.
I do believe so. It really just depends on what us fools be doing.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, I had a pretty low key 4th of July myself.
Yeah.
Um, Pretty much the height of the excitement was when y'all came over yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely made more food than necessary for 4 people, but whatever.
It was still a really fun time, and then getting out and playing with the drone afterwards was really dope.
Yeah,
That was fun.
it's a good time.
Yeah. You gotta sometimes you just gotta chill back and I mean, it's not a very independent July, I feel, this year. So it was nice to just kick back.
Yeah, yeah, I feel you. Um, I know. I guess to just start diving into shit here. Um, I just after I think it was after you guys left is when I found out about that shooting in Chicago that
Yeah.
happened yesterday at the parade, and Belle had asked me if I wanted to go watch fireworks last night, like way early in the day. I told her no because it just kind of makes me anxious, especially these days.
Right.
You never can tell the difference between a firework and a gun going off, and
It's very true.
it just makes me very anxious. And then to see something like that, not so far from here, to just kind of double down on that, I was just like, damn, world's crazy, man. It's just like it's becoming one of those things where, like, it's becoming more and more and more normal to just see places getting shot up. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah, it sucks, man. It really does suck, but I mean, I'm not against people having the concealed carry and stuff like that for when people want to get crazy and shit like that. Cause it's like, man, anytime, and we see it all the time over here. We see it so much where, not, you can just turn on the TV and see it and you're like, again, okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that's kind of fucked up, man. Um, but anytime I see people aiming any towards of violence at innocent people have nothing to do with anything.
yeah,
I ain't there for it. And like to counteract that, I think there was a story of a guy down in Texas, um, that went into a school and the teacher did have a gun and chased him into the gym and they called the cops and that was the only person who got shot in the whole situation was the guy that tried to break in or whatever. I don't know how real that is. These are internet things you see on like Reddit, you know what I mean? So
right. Yeah,
but if that is a true story, it's like, yeah, see, okay, that goes with that. Yeah. I always said that as fucked up as it is, whatever way I always looked at it, you can't unmake guns. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Can't, they can try their buyback programs and stuff. Somebody's gonna still have guns by the end of it. And if somebody still has guns, they're still gonna be used.
yeah,
So it's like that's just a reality. It's like, to me it's more about being trained safely on how to use it, when to use it, you know.
yeah.
And I
No, I think it's tricky just because of what you just said about you can't unmake guns. They're always going to be out there. Um, but at the same time, like I see people who are like, oh, if these other people had guns and this guy had a gun, then there wouldn't have been a problem. But I just don't know. That's just more bullets flying. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, uh, so I don't know. It's a lot of that going around. Just a lot of stuff that's just like,
I
where are
think,
the
yeah.
what are the priorities these days? I think I told you yesterday that talking with my cousin over the weekend, who's a man in his 60s, whose favorite holiday is Fourth of July, and to hear him talk about how he just felt unpatriotic and just didn't care to celebrate Fourth of July this year because of everything that was going on. It's just like, damn, things are getting bad when people like that are like, I don't even want to celebrate. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's to a lot of people, right before it was like a gut punch in the country.
Hmm.
And then you're supposed to go out there and celebrate the country. It's like,
Yeah,
it's almost insulting at that point, I'm sure, for a lot of people. Like, for real. Like, I mean, because, like, we're diving into the personals here. But I've always been somebody that, the paths I went down in life and the things I chose to put into my body, whichever,
oh, you froze.
so I've always looked at freedom as like, freedom is, they gave you within this box freedom.
Hmm.
It's not true freedom, but within this box it is.
Yeah, you cut out after you said putting things in your body, and then you came back with the box thing, and I'm just like, I don't know what he was putting into his body, but he has the freedom within that box to do so. So,
No, yeah, that's pretty much what I was saying. You only, like, the freedom is within this box.
right.
Is it really freedom?
Who's to say? Yeah, yeah, man. The Roe v. Wade thing is rough, man. I still just like am kind of just in disbelief, and then to see people like other people, talking about uh, going back on other things like the gay marriage and stuff like that, and just reading all these reversal of rights and stuff. And it's just insane that we're even in a moment talking about something like this after, especially, I don't know. I just feel like these past few years have just been insane. You
Yeah.
know, just everything, it feels so backwards almost with the way everything gets handled.
Yeah. With how it is, it's just like, because everything we see around us media wise is just, to me, it's extreme one way or it's an extreme the other way.
Hmm.
And the memes that churned out everywhere is like generalizing and dividing, and it's just not, I don't know, man, as a society, it's just not like working together, man. It's so,
Yeah.
my point, and it's like, for me, especially, when it comes to, like, when they overturned the abortion stuff, the way I looked at it was like, ever since I was about 16, 17, I figured I shouldn't have to be judged on the quality of my piss. I should be judged on my work. I should be judged on that ethic, like, I shouldn't be, nobody should be looking at my piss. Uh, so, like, the body being private and all that stuff. So, like, when, like, people said they didn't need to wear the masks, or, didn't want to get a vaccination and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, they joined my side on that too. It's like, yeah, I mean, like, I'll get the vaccination. That's my choice. But, like, I can't tell somebody else what to put in their body or not. That's not my call.
Right.
And then, same goes with this. That is not on me, man. My body is my personal responsibility. Everybody else can take care of their own selves. You know what I mean? But they join my fight there too. Like, I will stand by all of those people, because it's, like, ever since I was a kid, I decided no, our body should be private. It should be our business. Nobody should be judging my piss or anybody's piss.
Yeah. I almost feel like that freedom box just kind of gets smaller and smaller every day. It just feels like there's a lot of, not that it hasn't been around, but I just feel like, especially lately, just a lot of control being put in place,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's starting to feel like, okay, this box is getting a little tight. Where like where's our freedom at? Like with just for instance, trying to move into a cashless society. That just seems like a control move. You
Yeah.
know, we were talking yesterday on how um, things these days moving into like like things that need batteries or whatever run off electricity like won't include specific parts that you need
Right.
just to get you to buy more shit. You know what I mean? It's a control move. Just and they're gonna just
Capitalism.
wring the money out of us
Hmm.
by making us pay for all this other shit rather than including it in a like a starter kit bundle or something like that. And it's just like we'll get your money.
It is, man. Because I mean, like, really, when you're talking about the squeeze of the box, the thing that freaks me out is because, like, when you bring up the abortion, like 74% of the nation thinks that people should have the right to the choice, right?
Mhm.
And that's really dope. But it's like, but that also means that 26%, doesn't. And what if a lot of that 26% is now within the government's making the laws?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then are they governing the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness of everybody or 26%? Because 26% is still a fair chunk of people within the United States.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not too out the box. So, I mean, to me, it's about awareness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't follow the politics, the right, the left, or anything like that. I don't do that shit. You know what I'm saying? I realized a long time ago that that was fucked up. There's never been a person like me that's got to get a shot at that.
Hmm.
There's never been a person like you, I don't think, like a working, like, when's the last time a motherfucking working class person traveled city to city to rally up and the people got behind them and they went for I mean, it's since the
Yeah.
start of the fucking nation that shit happened. And it's, I don't know, to me it's an easy solution as people the as the working class. Like, let's drop this shit as the working class, because that is what we is.
Hmm.
It's like, I've been hearing people start clamoring, take your money, if you bank at Chase, if you bank at Wells Fargo, take your money out, close that account, open an account at a local one, open it at a local credit union.
Hmm.
And 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 if we all as the working class did that, the economy would stop right on the dime, because the money wouldn't fund these fucking people that keep fucking shit up for us all. and
Yeah. Yeah.
then we'd show them, because I mean, come on, dude, come on. When you think about the 1%, the 1% is a lot, like, it's a good chunk of people. But the working fucking class, baby, we're in the millions out here.
Yeah.
All right.
It's a revolution.
I mean, I mean, I'm all for it, man. As the working class, in my opinion, it's time to take the power back, and show them, like, we are the ones making those little stocks go up and down.
Hmm.
We are the ones making you get your little mansions and private islands and shit like that. So, take your fucking money out of the government. Stop paying fucking politicians.
Yeah. I feel that, man. It's all a system. All of it. Every last bit is a system. And, it definitely, it's one of those things. I think we talked about it a little while ago about like how sometimes comedy is a fine edged sword with like diminishing things that would actually better people's lives. Like it's easy to start like making fun of like the hippie type people, and cracking those types of jokes. But, a lot of the time it's like even right now, it's like there is a system, and it is ingrained in most of us. It's what we were raised to believe. It's what one person told another person from generation to generation. and not one person stopped and said, "Hey, wait a minute, that doesn't make
Ah,
much sense," you know,
right.
and they just went with it. They said that's how it is. I feel like right now, on a different subject of gratitude, I suppose. You know, as you know, my girlfriend had a pretty bad accident last week, and you know, just grateful that she's okay and that she's here. But you know, on the other side of an accident like that, everybody has a fucking opinion on what to do. You know,
Right.
and I feel like everybody gets that from from somebody, you know, from somebody in their life, older people who think, well, I've been around the block, so I know better. So I'm going to tell you, and that's not to say don't listen, you know, don't listen to what these people have to say because they might have some good advice along the way. But like I always told my dad, like he'd always be like, well, I try to give you advice and you never listen to me. And it's like, no, to me, like Philip and I will give each other advice all the time, but our thing about advice is give or take. Like I'm going to give you this advice whether you take it or not. It doesn't matter. You know, as a loved one, I'm giving you this advice, and if you choose to do the other thing, I support you still, and we'll do the other thing. I'll still be there for you otherwise. But his version of advice, my father's version of advice would be, I'm telling you what to do. That's the
Right.
difference. It's advice or telling somebody what to do. They're two different things. And I feel like a lot of people want to tell you what to do and try to mask it as advice. But like right now, like, you know, a lot of people are pressing her on what to do about the situation. And I've voiced my opinion on what to do, and a lot of people disagree with me on how to handle the situation because there's this other version of it where it's like, well, this is the way things are done, but that's
Right.
the system. That's the we've never tried anything different, and this is what has to be done to succeed in the world. But it's all bullshit. It's all just something that's fed to us. Uh, you know, it makes you less risky. You know, it makes you conform. It's that control, man.
No, and it is, but I think one good thing to remember is a throwback to a very old Chase and Shep Mental Health Monday when we were talking about going for our dreams, and that's that people are only doing that because they care, too. There's a baseline of caring, and that's why they were like, I would do it this way, I would do it that way. If you need to do this, you need to do that. And you know,
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Don't not listen to these people, you know, because they do have good. They might have some good advice for you. Like the other day when uh, Belle was talking to, I think her grandparents maybe or something. I don't know. Somebody was talking to her,
right,
and it's like, you know, they were trying to kind of tell her what they think she should do, and she obviously disagreed with that. But along the way there was good advice in there. So it's like, you know, listen, take what you can, and whatever doesn't work, you know, it is what it is. You got to find your own way. But that's just it. You got to find your own way. Sometimes something might work better for one person and not for the other. Like,
yeah,
especially like, you know, for somebody like myself with the seizures and stuff like that and trying to figure out how to work, you know, that's why I chose to start like, okay, like when my car broke down, I chose not to get a new one. I made that
right,
decision, you know? So like I was in the similar boat of everybody being like, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think you should get rid of your car. Oh, well, how are you going to do this, and this? Well, I had
right,
solutions for every single one of those. Now they might not be the as convenient as walking out the door, hopping in my car and going and doing that,
right,
but I still can do these things. Nothing is stopping me from from achieving these things. I just have to adjust. Is
right,
all it is. And in the long run, something like that actually benefits me as a person because of how I am. You know, if I'm constantly unable to work because of my condition, but I'm constantly trying to force myself to work all these hours to pay all these bills, you know, it's going to cancel itself out. As opposed to if I start getting rid of bills and living my life a different way that complements, you know, how I am, it's
yeah.
going to be easier to live, you know.
Yeah, no, I vibe with that fully, bro.
Mhm.
Fully. My internet is just sucking big time over here, though.
Oh yeah,
I keep seeing my screen go black and do the rolly thing, and I'm just like, God damn it, man.
You're still there for me. I don't see you going nowhere.
You don't?
No, you're there the whole time.
Oh, that's why I kept throwing my hands up like that, because on my end I kept dropping out and spinning, and I'm like, the fuck, man. I don't know. Frontier, come on, homies, help a dude out over here. But yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with what you're saying though. One person's advice may not work for another person. One person, and it's just, to me, it always connects with, like, I could get to the same destination as you get to using a different path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that works for everything in life. If that was like a job or a goal, or uh, a certain weight, the certain getting bulk, there's so many different paths you can take to get to the exact same destination as somebody else. So when you're from, that is really good, is not to just, if you go to one person, you get advice and you do that note for note, and then
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't work, like you fuck up along the way or something, you
Mm-hmm.
know it's not a setback. Don't look at it as a setback, because it just might not be the route to take to get to that destination.
Right. Yeah. It might work for somebody else, but you might have to find your own way to make things work. Yeah. Definitely. Um, but yeah, because it's all part of a system of shit that's passed on from generation to generation, and that's why I've always just been that person that questions shit. I'm just like, but why? Like, why is this the case? Why do we do this? Why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? You know? And then it's like I said, things just feel so backwards because the things that make sense to me in this world are now being reversed. And I just feel like we're regressing. It's like I don't understand what's happening. How can we go through a year like 2020 and go through all the shit that we went through as a collective and somehow come out the other end and start taking rights away from people? You know, like how the fuck did that happen? You know what I mean? Like, are we not capable? Like, do we have to take from something else to give to another? Like, are we not capable of spreading that love, man? I don't know. It's infuriating, especially like that the gay marriage thing was not that long ago. That was 2015, and I remember
Right.
when that got passed. I was with somebody whose reaction was kind of it was pretty extreme. She had a very extreme reaction to what happened, but in a negative way. She was like crying over it because she just felt like it's such a big change all of a sudden. Now it's
Right.
funny because at the time I feel like she was kind of against it, but she's also come out since then, so that's also so it's interesting to know. But just the mere fact that they're even talking about reconsidering something like that, it's just mind blowing to me.
It's mind-blowing. It is, because I
And
come
then
from
people are getting shot every other fucking day,
well,
and that's things that are more important.
I come from a mindset, like, to me, marriage has always really been more of a religious thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
um, because that is where I always saw marriages, be performed or done. Even in a courthouse, the marriages are done, you know, under God and shit like that. So if you're not religious, I always was like, if you're not religious, what, why would you, like, because I've been married twice,
Mhm.
and if I got married thrice, I would probably be more so down to just leave the fucking government out of it, and go somewhere baller, probably outside somewhere or some shit. So, but I'm for, if anybody wants to get married, get married. I can never stress that I do not give a shit, dude, as long as you are not impeding on someone else's life and, like, being just a evil bad person. I don't care what you do, man. I really don't. Like, and I will be like, yeah, get it.
Yeah, yeah. I I can't. I've got no other words because I agree. That's it's just do your thing, and I don't understand why that can't be it. You know what I mean? The things that we're reversing are things that don't make sense to me. Like I just said, how motherfuckers are getting shot every other day. Kids, children, innocent people are getting shot like every fucking day in this country. Um, but for whatever reason, we're more determined to just take rights away from women and gay people. It's just like, what in the fuck? You know, I just don't understand it. That's why, especially like last week when I was like, I need a break. We can wait for next week because I knew that this is the shit we were going to get into,
Right.
and I had to, you know, think things through before I came on and start talking about it for sure.
I think a lot of it, like what I was saying a little bit earlier, a lot of it has to do too is how it's presented. A lot of these media companies out nowadays
Mhm.
play on emotions. Emotions get clicks, emotions get shares, and all of that generates the capitalist pig to get paid. And so they like that. So to me, where I've found like it's better just to get the find a source that's like a good source, a good trustworthy, that's just bland as fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's just, this is a fact, this is why, this is a fact, this is why, like why, going in depth, like,
Mhm.
and a lot of that I think will have you like sit back and be like, all right, like, okay, I see. And then it's like, what can be done now? What can we do now? You know what I'm saying? Because that's got to be what it is. And like I've been telling people that I know recently, it's like now, like, these people have had plenty of years to get their shit together and make laws, and they put everything based on a case that now they want to bring back up and they overturned. And then those same people that really fucking slacked are going to come out and say, vote for us,
Mhm.
and we'll get that back. And it's like, get out of the site, like,
Yeah,
that to me is what needs to happen, is getting out of the cycle and people being like, no, guess what, no, motherfucker, you had a chance and you failed. You know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is all
like
that's all I've seen here, like, for me.
it's like people have
And
the power. I just don't think people realize
how
the
old do you have
power
to
they
be to run for president? 35?
35, 45 maybe. I don't know.
I think it's
I don't know.
45. I
I
think
think it's 40.
35's like some sort of senator. I'm gonna run. Let's get behind Shep. Let's vote for Shep. I've never been with those pigs. I've never lied, and I won't take their fucking money.
35 years old to run for president of the United States. So it's on.
35?
Yeah, man, it's on.
I
You've been a
told you.
resident of the United States for 14 years.
My whole life, baby.
There you go. You're in. And like Flynn,
There you go. Thanks, Pudgy.
5 years. Thanks.
35 years. We're running.
We're
We're all
doing
running. And
it. All of
you know what? That's all
Earth
if
two on
you
seven.
if you could get behind somebody, I mean, if you could get me on televisions around the world, I guarantee you I got you. Because I would just be like, listen, I won't take the money. I won't take the bailout. Uh, I won't. I won't let these corporations run rampant, and I will release. I will fucking release the alien information, baby. You know what I'm saying? I will tell you the truth.
It's the Green Party, bud. You know, it's all about just legalizing the weed, getting the aliens out there, and I had another green thing. I forgot. Oh, and getting people their money, getting the people their money they deserve. Money,
Yeah.
weed, and aliens. The Green Party.
I would, like how Donald Trump fucked things up in a bad way. I would fuck things up in a good way.
Fuck it up. It'd be like what was Barack Obama's thing? Yes, we can. Isn't that what it was? Yours would just be fuck it up. Fuck
Let's
it up.
fuck it up.
Fuck it up. And Mother
Sheesh.
Nature. That's right.
Mother Nature. Sheesh, let's fuck it up. I would, dude. I'd be like, guess what?
Let's fuck it up.
Guess what? Y'all motherfucking businesses ain't fracking anymore. I would, so many people like, right then and there. I'd be like, we're done.
No love for
Libertarians? I
no,
don't know.
no love for any party.
I don't like, honestly, like, and that's what, see, because for the whole like things going down, that's what like
Mhm.
it sucks because like a lot I don't want people's anything to get. I think, like I said, everybody has the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that lives in the United States. Like that is our fucking mantra, dude.
Mhm.
But basically the way I look at it is I feel like the government, like half of what they're doing there's giving power back to the states. The states did take power in 2020 when the government was trying to enforce this and that with the CDC, and the states came in and said, no, motherfucker, listen, we're gonna make people wear the mask because the government was like, people don't need to wear masks or whatever like that. States took the power. In the Constitution, the state should have the power, and I get that. But at the same time, it's like, but not the 1776 powers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's you can't go back. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, like going back is not good, and not anything that's gonna drive forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's like that's the only way I can get it out that makes some sense to like how I feel. Like is just that like going back will never move you forward
Yeah.
because like nah, you shouldn't. Like I said, everybody should be able to do whatever they want, in my opinion, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? If somebody wants to, you know, like you have places like what's the out in California, I think Oakland, they decriminalized, or no, Washington, wasn't it, that decriminalized all the drugs? Seattle, somewhere.
I don't know. It may
They
have been
did
Colorado.
decriminalize drugs, and instead of like arresting people for drugs, they give them help. Um, and I haven't heard shit about that since that's went down. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like people are just going crazy on drugs. Denver, yeah. And it's like people ain't going, yeah, because I think it's like what Oakland was like mushrooms or something like that. They decriminalized or something like that. But yeah, it's like you don't hear about crazy ass shit going down over there, So like, I don't know. I just love my train of
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. This is more political than we usually get, but
This is more political than we usually get, but I mean,
I feel like we're both like a little nervous about it. We're both just like, ah. But no, yeah. I mean, just because I feel like we're not very political dudes in general. I know. I speaking for myself for sure. I'm not a very political guy. Time to move forward with President Shep. That's right. Sheesh. Fuck it up. Shep
shush,
president. Shesh.
shush. Let's have a president. Shush. Now, like, I mean,
Yeah,
I,
it's just
I don't see, but see, at the same time, like, please, I wouldn't want to run for president because I'd fuck around and probably win, and the people that have been running shit would probably assassinate me in front of everybody just to teach a lesson. Because honestly, like, and I'm I'm hip to the internet stuff. I look around. I like information. I read stuff. So like, I don't know if this branches into the QAnon stuff, but I am in no way do I do that or get into that. But like to me, like my whole life, I've always looked at JFK being like the last for the people president. Somebody that was actually for the citizens and for the country, and then he got assassinated. So like ever since then, I think it's just been the machines, the pawns, and like what we're seeing now, a lot of people like, it's just one of those, like, I don't think any of those people within our government matter. I think, if it was different people, they'd be making the same decisions. And it's just time, as I said earlier, for the working class people to take the motherfucking power back.
Yeah, well, like I said earlier, I mean, people have the power. I just don't think they realize how much power they have. Or you get in these situations where people don't want the power. They're just like, make these decisions for me. They're comfortable with that. But it's like you're saying, people can, as a small example, people bitching all the time about, oh, all they ever do is make sequels and remakes and da 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 da. Where are the original movies at? As as an audience member, as the people, you have the power to make more original movies by going and seeing the original movies that do come out and
No, listen.
voting with your tickets.
This is all I want to say. Okay. If people could get people to fucking try and storm Area 51, right?
Right.
We can get people to like, okay, this day at this time,
Right. But it's like,
the working class people are gonna sit down.
I just feel like
We're
anytime
done.
any of that shit happens, it's because of a bunch of teenagers trying to be ironic. You know what I
Well,
mean?
let's go, teenagers. You got old people that are gonna
Hey,
do it.
I'm just saying, like, remember that one time a bunch of kids fucking trolled President Trump harder than anybody in the entire world? I mean, fucked him up over the TikTok thing, sold out arena just to be, there's nobody there. Fantastic. I applaud the youth for that one. But
That was wasn't that the that was like the K-pop kids, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yeah,
Something.
I think it was K-pop kids that did that or something. Yeah, no, that was pretty epic.
I was like, hey, good on this. See, now if there could be more shit like that, use this for good. Don't fucking go do stupid shit all the time, kids.
Kids.
That one was for the kids.
But I'm just saying, man, we could, we could all sit down one day. Sit down. 30 minutes, you know, and just let them know. That was our 30 minutes. And we'll take more if you don't stop. If you don't stop this shit. If you don't stop raising those prices, baby.
Hmm.
Don't stop raising that gas price, baby. You got to lower it.
But yeah,
You
I mean,
gotta. I mean,
it's like I was saying, like last episode or whatever. We were talking about labels and stuff, and politics are just more labels. That's all it does. It just divides, 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 and hey, as the saying goes, united we stand, divided we fall. And we continue to divide and look at the way shit's going. They fucking
yeah,
told us.
yeah.
We were warned, but whatever.
No, it's true. It's true, and that's one thing I've seen around is just more division, man. The more we keep going on, the more we keep dividing, and it sucks. It really does. It's a shame. It's a shame to see.
Mhm.
And I hope enough people start clamoring to make a noise and bring us all together. And instead of the hate aimed at one another, aim the hate at the right spots, at the right ones that have caused this, that are getting us all to this point.
Right? Yeah.
And let's be the change. Let's
Yeah.
be the change.
Keep the change.
Let's
Keep the change,
be the change. You know what I'm saying? And let's not at the like expense of our brothers and sisters out here, our neighbors.
All these great quotes keep coming to mind, but I don't know like know them verbatim, so I'm just like, because earlier when you said the pursuit of happiness thing, I had just read something recently talking about that, where because I think I may have been reading a thing on Buddhism, on Zen Buddhism, and basically talking about how the Constitution says we have the right to the pursuit of happiness.
Mhm.
But, life itself, you have the right to happiness.
Yeah.
Not just to pursue it. Uh, I'm definitely paraphrasing, but uh, that was one earlier that I thought
I
about.
mean, like my stuff, I just, if you want to enact some change right now, it starts at the community. It starts at the community level, like bring the community together, bring everybody together, and you can make some change your way. You know what I'm saying? I think really fast. Like when COVID happened and the state of Illinois said we needed to wear masks, the sheriff down here said I won't enforce that. And you know, I think Ben, who was commenting earlier, had told me, or somebody along the way is like a sheriff really actually holds a lot more power than people think. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people don't realize that when there's these little elections here, local sheriff and whatnot, and your state, I don't know, could change a law that you don't agree with, and a sheriff that you've got in place might say, "Well, I ain't gonna enforce that law here." You know,
Yeah,
so it really does, man. I think build community, build your neighbors up, build your brothers and sisters up, and fuck the rich people, man. I'll say that till I die, dude, or until I become rich, and then I'll be
something.
like,
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say. I think I've talked about this on the show before, but that's something that I've always found to be interesting because I find it happening a lot now. Like my parents, for instance, like they just got this new house next to a lake. They got a boat since they got a lake house now, and I'll talk to people about it, and they immediately jump into like, oh, your parents, they're wealthy and they're this and they're that, and it's like this is all new, like this all just happened, like
right.
because they have been working their asses off. Yeah, they've been busting their ass for years, and it's like beforehand, it's like dad was having to bust his ass working a 40-hour a week job. Like mom and dad had both been laborers for years now. Like they have really worked their way up to this point. But it's so crazy how fast um, people will just flip the switch of like. Fuck the rich, but now you're a part of that, and it's like, well, where's that line of like, yeah, there's the fuck the rich that are like, hey, you're rich and you're not doing shit with your money other than just being a rich asshole. You know what I mean?
Well,
Fuck
see, it
those. But
it
then there's
always
who aren't rich; they're just able to do things in life that other people can't do because they work hard and they earn it. They're still working class people, but there's just that. Like if we were to make it big tonight, and have like some money here for the show and all this shit, people would immediately be like, "Oh, fuck those dudes, they're rich." You know what I mean? Like, but we're not. It's like we just got a little bit of money because we
it
worked up.
always reminds me of the old movie SLC Punk, because that whole movie's basis is that everybody will eventually sell out. Um, and his dad, when he tells his dad's sell out, his dad said, "I bought in." Said, "I didn't sell out, son. I bought in." So no, I mean, that's been a thing for a long time, and like I say fuck the rich just because it's like, you know I'm not talking about, when I say fuck that, I'm not talking about like our parents and the people that
Right,
have
right.
worked their entire lives and are very well off for themselves and they've earned it. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the people like, the Bezos who's got so much fucking money that even if he tried to spend as much as he could every day, he'd never spend all of it. You
Yeah.
know, I'm talking like them sorts of people. Like,
I knew who you're talking about. I just didn't.
yeah, you know what I mean? It's like, do something. Like Elon Musk, you're trying to go to fucking Mars, guy. It's shitty here on Earth, bro. Help us out, bro. Do something.
Yeah.
Like fuck that shit, like it's stupid, man. And then it's like that's why it's like, yeah, I know I'd do some stupid ass shit if I got money, right? Don't get it twisted, ladies and gentlemen. I would do some dumb shit, but I would put back into my fucking community. I would
Absolutely.
help out my community, and I would make stuff that would last when I was long gone and that money was long gone.
Mhm.
Wouldn't try to go to fucking, Mercury or something like that, Would be like, oh, you guys are inflation? All right, well, going
Well,
to
I'm going
Mercury.
to space. I'll see you when I get back.
Going to Mercury. Gonna have to raise prices a little bit because my fuel ain't cheap.
Yeah.
And it's sad, man. The days are getting hotter. Um, I don't know, man. There's a lot, dude. There's a lot. There's too much to talk about in an hour's time.
Yeah. I
That's
don't
go.
even. I'm not even the kind of person. I wouldn't want to talk about it if we had an extra hour, because I'm just, I'm just trying to live my life the best way I can.
That's what
Because
I do.
it's hard to get the rest of the world. I mean, I can tell other people, yo, this is what I do. But like we were saying, like I don't care what you do as long as you're not hurting other people. As long as it's, don't
Yeah,
be a piece
no,
of shit. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. If you're not being a piece of shit, do whatever the fuck you want. I don't care. Because
no,
you always
yeah,
get those people who are like, like when the gay rights thing comes up, you always get those motherfuckers who will start bringing up like people who want to fuck kids, as if there's some direct fucking line from one to the other. And they'll bring it up. And it's like, well, no, that's an entirely different thing, isn't it? Because now there's harm being done. Like there's no harm before. Like that's just, people loving who they love. And then people will be like, oh, well, they love who they love. They love kids. No, 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 no.
no,
Like, no, that is wrong. There's a distinct difference. There's a fucking hard line. It's not even a thin line. It's not a blurry line. It is a fucking hard line between what is right and wrong in certain situations, So those types of arguments to me are fucking so stupid. You know what I mean?
no.
Don't be a piece of shit.
I for me adding in here, I would say like the most dopest times you can have is when you're at like a concert, you're at like a festival, you're at like amusement parks, when you're with the collective people and you're all there to have fun and everybody knows you're there to have fun. It's
Mhm.
so fun. You know what I'm saying? And if you just started treating life that way, if you just started realizing that everybody is out here just trying to do the best they can, they're trying to survive, they're trying to make it. Um, Encourage that shit, man. Encourage that shit. You know, Support that shit as much as you can. I think everybody that supported us and chimes in and listens and comments and likes and shares and everything over here. That's what it's about, man. Is just cutting everybody some slack and realizing the division ain't getting us nowhere. Let's come together, try to love one another right now.
Absolutely.
And I
I
think
think
the Beatles said that. This has been a mellow out moment by Shep.
I feel
And
like the whole thing's mellow out moment. Honestly, the whole of America mellow out. Mellow out. We tackled the world last episode. Now we're tackling America specifically. Just mellow out.
let's get it back to the let's I want to get us back to the Team America theme song, now. That's all I used to think about when I think of America. America, fuck yeah. But that's another thing. I mean, that movie was very good look at inner look at like America. Like I when I was in the military, I got to go around the world and got to see how nobody came around to our world.
Mhm.
And I thought that was very weird. Why are we going to all these countries, but no countries come to our countries? Or, I mean, our country.
No, I feel what you're saying. Yeah.
But yeah, it's we got some stuff over here. And I hope we can make it all through it safe and sound, and that everybody ultimately, although we'll all take different paths, we all can hit the same destination of happiness.
That's right. That's right. Couldn't have said it better
And
myself.
and speaking of selling out, if you guys would like to, you can hit our website up and purchase some fresh gear and get delivered right to your doorsteps, ladies and gentlemen. Right to your doorsteps.
It's true. If
Team
you'd like to
America.
get this design with one less E, you can
Shush.
get shush while they
Shush.
like.
Yeah. Yeah. Might want to wait on getting the sheaths, or if anybody wants, we got to fix the design. It
I'm
happens.
just saying, if you get it now, though,
It'll be a limited edition.
So get them
Very.
before you change them. Just saying.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot, man. And luckily, the people that I've got in my life are very good people. We all have wildly different opinions, but nobody's opinion is hateful.
Yeah.
Very good discussions with a lot of people on everything going on, and I really feel like a lot of us are probably in the same boat, that we, get the facts, get the information. It's dry. We don't put the emotion behind it. That like that. You know what I mean? We can vibe. And I think if more people had those sorts of discussions, we could change it.
Definitely.
Change it, rearrange it. Yeah. Weren't we going to also talk on this, what we were coming out with, or coming up, or working on July or something? Or was it all about America? Fuck yeah.
I think it's just America. Fuck yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, at this point it is. We're 52 minutes into it, so I mean,
I don't know what exactly you're talking about.
I don't either. I thought like on Sunday, I don't know.
I suppose we can plug other things while we're still here. I'll work my way backwards here. Over the weekend, we Camp Nostalgic Studios, our good friends at Camp Nostalgic Studios, are producing a short film that I wrote, directed. It's called Routine. So keep an eye out for that on October 1st at campnostalgic.org and their YouTube page. And if you head on over there right now, because you're going to want to head over and subscribe to their YouTube page for sure, you might as well stick around and watch Camp Nostalgic Saturday morning. They just dropped the first episode. They've been working on the show for quite a while now. And I had a good time with it. I'm involved with some of the episodes. You got a new episode every first Saturday of the month through December. So
hell yeah, I'm making a house call.
Check it out. Making a house call. Love it.
I love that. I love that so much.
But yes, so tonight we're selling out on behalf of Camp Nostalgic. So Camp Nostalgic Studios, campnostalgic.org. Go buy their merch. Go subscribe to them. Go follow them on Facebook. And then you can also do that for us too. So
yes,
as well. But that's all I got. My closing thoughts are love everybody. Spread that love. Be a more loving person. Open your heart. Quit being so hateful.
I believe Jackie Moon said that. ELE, everybody love everybody.
Everybody love everybody.
Mm-hmm. Everybody love everybody. That's that is facts. In the words of Marvin Gaye, let's get it on.
Let's get it on.
Let's get it on, baby.
I'm getting up on the call.
All right. Well, smooches and deuces, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you Monday this week. Be there.